What if I told you that by the end of this video, igniting your passion and drive for your goals in life will be as easy as igniting this matchstick? It's that simple. All it takes is a few simple steps for you to align, for you to connect with yourself, and for you to create this fundamental belief that what I want can be possible. And I know you've heard of this idea before. It's not something new. But what I've observed is people get it wrong. When people think believe in yourself, they think it just means to have false positivity, to delude yourself. But that's not what it means, because self-delusion is different, self-belief is different. And today, I want you to understand that difference so you can finally break free from that trap of self-delusion, and rather than having those phantom fires and phantom cycles of motivation that only last a few days, you can truly ignite bright like that fire you need to be to achieve all your goals. It doesn't take a lot. All it takes is a few simple steps that we will be decoding today. I've noticed quite a lot that people find it hard to believe in themselves the most. They're riddled with doubt, they're riddled with fears, and they wonder, can I even do it? Am I even worthy enough of it? And a lot of times, all these thoughts which cause them to demotivate themselves, which cause them to feel small, which cause them to feel like the problem is too big to handle, all of them stem from a lot of logical connections. Like, it's crazy how logical our fear is. It's a biological reaction. It comes from our emotions. And yet, every time we are fearful, every time we are doubting ourselves, every time we are wondering, am I even worthy enough or not? We show up with receipts. We show up with proof of why we are not enough, why we are not doing the right things, and why we must doubt ourselves. And that's why I don't want to come here and just give you the generic motivational hype of do this to believe in yourself. No. That's not what we're doing here. Only reason being, it's not that it doesn't work, it just doesn't last. Yes, it will get you going for a few days, it will get you going for some time, but what about after that? You need something that's stronger, that's deeper, that's much more intrinsic than what you are used to. And that is why I want to have this conversation with you today, where we differentiate between the just believe in yourself, delusional aspect of self-belief, and what real self-belief actually looks like. So I want you to imagine two people who are trying to build a business. Person one is like super hyped up. They're doing affirmations every single day that I am the owner of $1 million business. I'm taking massive action. I'm the best entrepreneur out there. I have the best strategists and the best team. And they're manifesting this. They are wanting this. They are looking out for it. And so essentially you could say they're believing in themselves. But throughout the day, in the back of their head, there's this voice. Will it happen or not? Will it happen or not? Will it happen or not? But rather than addressing that voice, what this person is saying is, oh, no. I learned I must believe in myself. So it's wrong for me to think this thought. So with blind focus and blind faith, this person walks down the path of entrepreneurship, just chasing that one idea they're obsessed with. Now, what happens is, they start to build the business. They start to scale it up. But the kind of challenges they didn't expect have now started to come up. And they have no idea what to do. But they cannot talk about it with anyone else as well, because they're believing, oh no, I must believe in myself. I must not doubt my business or the work that I'm doing. And this has become a make or break point for this entrepreneur. Now I'll come to the conclusion of the story, but before that, I want to bring person B to this level as well, and you'll understand what I'm talking about as the difference between self-delusion and self-belief. So what person B is doing is, they're aware, I can build a business, I am powerful enough, and they have those beliefs and affirmations as well. But not just that. What person B is able to do is, they're able to look at their own pitfalls, they're able to look at the challenges, and they're able to look at the barriers they'll have to overcome, not from a cynical lens, but from the lens of someone who believes it can happen and who wants a clear plan forward, who wants to know that they are well prepared enough for it. So unlike person A, when the challenges inevitably show up, here's what this person does amazingly well. They don't break, they rise, They anticipated it. Even if it wasn't exactly what they predicted, they knew one challenge or the other would come up. Uncertainty would be a part of the journey. It would be okay for them to have doubt and insecurity and worry and all the other negative emotions that sometimes come in, not as a pattern, but as indicators of where belief might be blind, where delusion might be leading you astray. And that is why real self-belief is not just rah and confidence and beating your chest like the King Kong saying, I am the greatest of all time. No, real self-belief is the calmness and composure you have even in the face of a challenge, where you can look at every scenario out there and you can judge for yourself what is the right thing to do. People will often call it negative thinking. People will often say, oh no, you're manifesting the wrong thing by thinking of what could go wrong. But here's my simple logic behind why that kind of inverse thinking is actually the real sign of self-belief over self-delusion. Think about it this way. If let's say my goal is to climb the Mount Everest. For example, I say, I want to go and climb the Mount Everest and I believe in myself and I'm just deluding myself. I'm not going to focus on the action required to prepare and be enough to actually meet the challenge of the Mount Everest. What I do end up doing is, let's say I go there, I start to climb. Either I recognize early enough that this was a mistake and my health is just not there yet for me to climb that mountain, or I keep going on in delusion and I end up dying. Now, I don't want that outcome for any of you, either in the literal sense or the figurative sense. I don't want your careers to die. I don't want your relationships to die. I don't want your financial lives to suffer just because you heard someone on the internet say, believe in yourself and that is enough. What they're talking about is delusion. Belief comes from two things. One, the internal conviction that I know I deserve it and I know I can handle it. Now for that, you need to affirm these ideas and you need to be clear about who you are as a person, the values you uphold, the life that you want to live by. This is where the deep inner work really helps you align with yourself. And then the second thing is having so much faith and confidence in yourself that even if you think of the negatives, even if you think of the challenges, rather than ignoring them, you become aware of them without letting that affect your confidence, because you know and you believe in yourself enough to know that I can handle any challenge and any problem and any barrier that comes my way. So rather than avoiding problems, rather than suppressing the doubt that's coming in, rather than suppressing your negative thinking or worries, you can embrace them, but without the mental and emotional charge of, oh my God, what will happen? What will I do? And the real things that demotivate you. So when you look at high performers, this is what they do differently. They have self-belief, which is so strong in themselves that they can acknowledge and hold space for the doubt, the uncertainty, and the negativity, not self-delusion, which is intolerant of anything that goes against the plan. So when you build self-belief, here's the magical thing that happens. Passion, drive, and success become super easy for you. Now let me make the connection. We are passionate about things we know we can do. Self-belief gives you the confidence to believe that about your goals. We have drive when there's a challenge to overcome. When everything is smooth sailing, we're pretty comfortable. We don't really want it. We're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't really think I'm going to challenge myself enough. But if you want drive and if you want that fast success in your life, you need to have that high level of action taking, which comes from the challenges. But if you refuse to acknowledge the challenges, then the drive is just not going to be there. And you are going to be noticing the dissonance, because of which self-beliefs becomes harder for you, but you keep deluding yourself thinking, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm doing everything. Words are not going to do anything if the actions don't back it up. Now, one of the biggest reasons this doesn't happen is because we tie our self-worth to our results. That's too big of a topic to explore in this video, so I'll just link up somewhere here a video I had made on it just a few weeks ago on how you can rewire where your self-worth is aligned to. It's magical and it's powerful. So after this one, make sure and you go watch that one, because it will complete the whole loop for you. But now coming back to this point of self-delusion versus self-belief. It's simple. When you're believing in yourself, you're not afraid of reality. When you're deluding yourself, you're running away from reality. And just ask yourself this one question anytime you're confused. Why am I not motivated despite wanting the goal? Why am I feeling so insecure despite saying I believe in myself? Just ask yourself, what reality am I avoiding? What truth am I not willing to see? And when you can see that with confidence rather than fear, when you can see that with courage rather than resistance, when you can see that as an opportunity rather than a barrier or a hit on your growth, that's the day you will become a high achiever and you will become a high performer. Because as I said before, passion doesn't come without belief. Passion comes from this idea that yes, I can do it and I'm going to make it happen. Drive comes from this idea that I am okay with the challenge, I'm ready for the challenge. And that together combines to unlock massive action, because now rather than hating the challenges, you're open to them, you're willing to them, you're expecting them, and you are better prepared to win at this game we call life. So I hope today's video has helped you understand a crucial difference between what actually holds you back under the name of self-belief and what self-belief actually is. When you can hold space for everything that's there, even the uncertain and negative and messy parts, that's when you know you really believe in yourself. And just keep asking yourself that one question. Am I embracing reality or am I running away from it? And that, my friends, will be your answer to what you're really doing. Success does not come without the work. It needs the work. It needs the effort. The day you can recognize it along with these beliefs is the day it starts to become truly effortless for you internally, because there are no longer any blocks that are holding you back. And that's why, by the way, the coaching that I do for people works so well. The moment the internal blocks go away, within a few weeks and days, their complete trajectory of life starts changing. So if you're someone who's ready for that and you're ready to invest in your growth, it is a high ticket program. It is exclusive for only a few people, because I carefully choose where I spend my time and where I invest the one-on-one coaching energy. And that's why the spots are limited. But the form is there in the description. If you feel like, yes, I want to explore this and I want to fast track my growth in life, fill it out. We'll have a conversation and we'll make your dream life possible for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching today's video. And I hope it gave you an insight that you can carry out into the week. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Have a great week ahead. Bye.